Welcome. So in this particular video, I will be showing you how to edit your post on Blogger. So this is going to be on-page SEO and also properly formatting your page and your post according to the right headline structure. I will also be touching on interlinking your post and linking out to external sources. And I'll also show you a way to check if you are using the right Yoast SEO guidelines to be able to format your post for search engine. So now we are going to go to a post that we have in our draft. Taking this post for illustration purposes. For the headline, that's for your title is always H1. So the way Blogger is built, H1 tag, your title will appear as a H1 tag. So for your title, you could make the main words caps. You could capitalize the words and keep the conjunctions in small letter. So once you're done with the title, we'll go back to the body. Ensure that your article or your blog post is properly formatted. It sounds nice, using the right words, grammar wise, and everything. So now we want to go ahead to format this article. So while formatting, you will be reading through. I'm reading through in my mind. So reading through, and I will be taking out what I don't think is necessary. I'm going to close that up and not form a new paragraph. Now, as you can see, this is your first headline. So we said that the title is a H1 tag automatically on Blogger. So that means the next tag that follows a H1 tag in terms of headline should be a H2 tag. So you have a H1 tag, a paragraph, and then a H2 tag. On Blogger, a H2 tag is what we call heading. So a H2 tag is heading and usually comes bold. You could unbold this. I like to unbold mine, or you could leave it bolded. I like to unbold mine. So the H2 tag here is this. With this being a H2 tag, the next part is going to be a paragraph, and where it's important, ensure that you have bullet points. You could use numbering or you could just bullet points. And that is maybe after you have a semicolon that shows the next things that like a step you should follow. Then afterwards, we now have another headline. So if this headline was under this, if it's a different topic that should fall under this would be a heading 3. But this is also a heading 2, so we are going to make that a heading. And I'm not making it bold. If you like yours bold, you could leave it that way. But when you have something bold on your page, it kind of screams for attention. So if you're looking to make something stand out, you can make use of bold. Then we have a paragraph, and the next one too is going to be the heading 2, and this is going to be a heading 2. Now in this case, this is not the main heading, so something like this would be a heading 3, and on Blogger a heading 3 is a subheading. Then I would like this to be a numbering. This should also be a numbering, and this. Now this is a subheading under this. That's a heading 3. So this is going to be a heading 2 if this does not come under this. Go ahead to unbold this. The same thing here. Same thing here. And the same thing here. Then you go ahead to check. So the right way is your heading 1 is your title. Then if the next one after heading 1 should be like a paragraph, like your normal introduction will be a paragraph. Then if you want to use a heading after your heading 1, you should have a heading 2. So just one heading 1 on your page, and any major heading should be a heading 2. If there's a subtopic under a particular section, that should come as a heading 3. and heading 4, heading 5, paragraph as it goes. So that's the right structure. Heading 1, heading 2, a subsection under will be heading 3. You're starting a new section, heading 2, another new section, heading 2, a subsection under heading 2 will be heading 3, a subsection under heading 3 will be heading 4, and that's how you go about it. That's the right headline structure for Blogger. So on Blogger, a heading 1 will be your major headline, but your title is already a heading 1, so you don't need to have a major headline. A heading 2 will be your heading. Heading 3 will be your subheading. Heading 4 will be your minor heading. Then you have your paragraph and your normal. So that's it when it comes to having the right headline on your Blogger post. So once you're done with the Blogger post, the next thing you ought to do is ensure that your content has your focus keywords and your other keywords inserted naturally. Before now, though, you'll be told to add this everywhere in your headline up to 6 times, 7 times. That could be keyword stuffing. These days, it's not advised you use that approach. You could put your keywords naturally and ensure that it's following the right strategy SEO wise, or you just following guidelines. So one of the guidelines I like using is on a website called Yoast SEO content analysis. So this is it. So what do? I copy my post. I go to this. So if you don't have a WordPress website, if you don't have a website that can a website where you can install the Yoast plugin, then you could check everything you need for a Yoast plugin here for the free version. So you just paste your article here. You can also format here. You can format your things over here. So this is how you know heading 2. Recall when I said that was a heading 2, you could see it here. Then the one we made a heading 3. The one we made a heading 3. I'm trying to look for it. I can no longer find the one we made the heading 3. This is it. You can see it's a heading 3. So that's the headline structure for Blogger. So now my main keyword here is how to activate glossing. So I'll go to this and put my focus keyword. Okay, so I've gotten that as my focus keyword. Then you go ahead to scroll down using this Yoast SEO content analysis page. You can see what it would look like if you were using a WordPress. So this is an SEO tool that you use to see if you are following some set guidelines by these tools. So a lot of people make use of this just to kind of guide them on what to do, but it's not really that necessary, but it's an important step. So when you are here, you can edit this to input your title, and this is our title. This is our title. Your slug is usually like your URL. So how will your URL look like? You just add dash in between each word, and it's usually in small letters, so you can change this or you could just leave it and it will still work. On any WordPress website where you can install this plugin, you will see the number of times your focus keywords is in your article. So yeah, they said I focus keywords contains 2 stop words and it may not be wise depending on the circumstances. No meta description has been specified. This is it. Google these days picks any text on your website according to the searcher's intent and display it. So I'm not going to go there. The focus keyword doesn't appear in the first paragraph of the copy. Make sure the topic is clear immediately. You could insert this naturally if the focus keyword does not sound a certain way. So in my case, how to transfer data from Glow, I cannot just go and start writing how to transfer data from Glow. It looks a certain way. It doesn't sound that nice when a reader is reading it. So a reader is reading it and they are not understanding what you are saying. So I'm also going to skip that. It's not really important for you to turn all of this to green. Red means that you are defaulting in this case. Orange means that you're doing something right but you can improve. Green means that you are doing something totally right. So in this case now, no internal links. This is what you should take very important. No internal link. So you need to add internal links to other articles on your website. And when it comes to internal linking, you just do not link anyhow. Ensure that the text you are linking to matches with the content on the page. Sorry, the page you are linking to, or the text you are highlighting to link, matches with the content on the page. So it makes Google know what that page is all about, and makes it easy for your readers to be able to navigate through your website. So no images appear. It's important to have at least one image. These two are important factors you should look into. Keyword density is 0.3, which is too low. The focus keyword is found 2 times. um in past time, um something like this used to be of highest concern. So sometimes you have to put in more keywords, more of your keywords, to make it sound natural. So if you're using three word keywords, or shorter keywords that can be inserted naturally, this you can do. But if you're using very long form keywords, you do not want to sound as if you're doing keyword stuffing. So you could address this issue and make sure that you increase the number of times you put in the keyword in your article naturally. If you cannot insert the keyword in your article naturally, do not go and force it in. What you should do is, you should just um pick different terms from the keyword and add them in different parts of your article. So maybe in a sentence, you may have used the word house, and use the word activate, use the word glow, use the word sim, use the word Nigeria in different ways. And in that case now, your uh, sentence has all the different words that forms your long tail keyword. So there's a possibility of your page ranking whenever someone searches for any of those terms. So that is something that's like thematic SEO. So that's something different entirely. But for now, the next thing is the slop content stop words. Consider removing them. So we could address that too. No outbound links. So according to the recommendations on all these SEO plugins and platforms, you need to have at least one outbound link. So your outbound link, you can link to another article, but most people do not link to their competitors. Most people link to big blogs or big knowledge brands like Wikipedia and the rest. So in this case, if I was to link on this article, I'm going to link to Glow website. So the SEO title is too short. You could add more. So this green means we're doing something right. Our text is 677 words and the rest. Then when it comes to readability, you need to check too. So for most individuals, especially in SEO agencies I've worked in, I noticed that people do not really pay too much attention to making their SEO green. Like this section is the SEO section. If you're using Blogger, this is the SEO section. They are more focused on making their readability green. So once your readability is improved, your audience will be happy with your content. If your audience is happy with your content and they keep reading it and recommending it, Google sees you as gets to see your blog post as being a authority, or in your niche. So now 18% of the sentences contain passive voice. You can reduce your articles to sound more active. So for the rest, I'm in green. My article is considered easy to read. The amount of words follow. So after each subheading, there should be at most 300 words in a paragraph before another subheading, at least. So none of the paragraphs are too long. 14% contains more than 20 words. 30% contain a transition word. So you could make your main focus here, and as I said before, ensure you have internal links, you have images, you could include your keyword more, and outbound links. For the rest, you could just work on them, or you let them be. I really do not see them that important, but if you do, you can. You're done. The next thing we are going to focus on is linking to your pages. Let me take for instance, I highlight these Glow offers and I click on link and I type Glow. nothing comes up. So what do we do now? Because I have an article here on Glow and nothing comes up. Even though I search for a different thing, nothing comes up. So what do we do in this case? The best way to interlink on Blogger is to actually read through and be sure that, like, this is the post I want to link to because it still talks about this and it has to do with data. So now I'm going to search for a part of this my article that has to do with data. Okay. So now the word data services better explains, or it clearly explains what is on this page because it involves transferring data from one network to the other. So I'm just going to highlight that part and click on this link and paste this. Most people do not add that this their internal link should open in a new window. I usually add that this should open in a new window because sometimes the reader wants to read all of these before they go to the next page. But if they click on a link, it takes them to the next page automatically. So they'll miss out on this other article. Why not you make it open this link in a new window, and when they click on it, it then takes them to this particular one in a different window entirely. It doesn't hide the post they were already reading. So I feel that's the best approach, but you could use whatever you feel is suitable for you, but that's the best approach, I think. So that's how you do your internal linking. You ensure that they are linking to several pages on your page, and one of the best way for you to link is that you have a pillar page, and that pillar page has other sub pages linking to it, and the pillar page having links to all the sub pages. So there'll be a video on that, but for now we are just showing you how to do on-page SEO on Blogger. So add as many internal links as you have. So you'll be reading your article and check for places where you have written something similar and link to that place. So for now, I'm going to head over to adding an external link. Like I said earlier, if I wanted to add an external link, I'm going to link to a page with so many resources. So I've gone to the official website of for Glow, and I'm going to go ahead to link it. So that's another thing you should note: you should not be putting your external links at the beginning of your page. You can put them in the middle or at the ending, but your internal links can be at the first page, your introduction, your second section. You could put links to other pages on your website there to insert your the link to the Glow office. The link to the you put a link, and on Blogger, this link that I've put like this, even though I did not click open in a new window, which I'm going to do, I do not want the reader to leave my page totally, and I click apply, I've automatically given this link a do follow link. I'm telling Google that, hey, I trust this link, so you could follow this link and see what's on that page. But if you do not want Google to follow this link, you could go ahead to add the no follow here, no follow, and click apply. So the no follow tells Google that, hey, this is an external link, but I do not trust this link well enough for you to go and check what's going on in that page. So that's a no follow link. But the reason why I'm leaving this as a do follow is because, first of all, this brand is a big brand, I'm a very small brand, and secondly, it's a reputable website, and thirdly, there are some SEO recommendations like what we saw over here, where you are expected to put an external link with a do follow. So it all boils down to your preference. Some people make their website all external links, no follow, but I'm just going to put the do follow. So, like I said, the reason why this internal link is here is because this is where we have a word or two, a term that could easily explain what is in this other page that we are linking to. I don't have any other page that has anything related to this. So you could also link back to your main website. You could link back to your home page if you don't have any link to a blog post to insert like I did here. You could link to your home page. You could have an end sentence that tells them again to visit again to read more. So now this visit again to read more. Or you could say visit, then you write the blog name. So you can now link to your homepage using your blog name as. So do not just accept that, because sometimes it's going to, instead of it make it being a HTTPS, it's going to give you the HTTP version. So that is it. So now we have all our links here. We are going to look into its images. So when you are optimizing your post on WordPress or every other CMS platform, you will see a place to put a featured image here. But in this case, the featured image is going to be at the introduction here. Or any image you put in between your text is going to be the image that is going to appear on your home page. So all these images you see are images in the body of your blogger post. So how do you create these images? One of the best ways to create these images is using a Canva account. You should not just go on the internet and pick any image to use. It's not advised that you do that. Ensure that the image that you're using is something you've created, or using a stock photo that has no license and is open to public use. But also, most of those images are not totally open to public use without you knowing. So you have to go ahead to create an image. And how do you do that? You do that using Canva. I use the platform. I'm going to scroll down to this page. I already have an existing page where I do all my designs. So I'm just going to give you an overview. So you could go ahead to use any template of your choice, but this is how I create. I'm just going to go ahead to click on this and paste it there. Then for your background image, you want to make sure you are using a background image that matches what you're talking about. So since this has to do with networks, I usually use images that have to do with phone. If you are talking about food, you use drinks, images that have drinks and food. If you're talking about cosmetics, you use images that have makeup things and the rest. Talk about tech, you could use phones, you could use laptops. So how do I get these images? I go to elements and search phone, data, network. So once you have gotten there, you can go to photos and choose any image of your choice. So I'm going to use this and click on replace background. And because I'm talking about glow, when I was talking about MTN, I had the MTN logo. So I'm going to go to my uploads. So I'm going to use glow. So I have this existing image of glow and MTN. I'm going to adjust this to take away the MTN part, and it says glow. It's also important for SEO purposes to have your keyword or your title, that your title containing your keywords as the name of your image. So this is it, just simple. It didn't take me up to 5 minutes. I've gotten my blog image that I want to be the featured image. So if you're writing a blog post where there are other images, you can do illustrations, you can do trees or banners, you can do all of that on Canva. You just need to go and learn how to create that on Canva. So we'll go ahead to download this image by clicking on share and going to download as PNG. Every other thing you will have to do here to compress the file and rest is going to be in is going to be in the premium version. So that's how you get this image. You get your image for your blog post. You save your image. You should note that the standard image size is usually 100 kilobytes for blog posts, so that your blog will load faster, because a very high image size is going to make your blog to load slow. So to make the blog load faster, you have to compress this image. How do you compress this image? You compress this image by going to an app called Squash app. That's where I do my compression. I go to Squash app, and then you select the image you just downloaded. So once you've selected the image you just downloaded, you want to use next gen format. Next gen format means formats that are good for page speed and also retain the um, quality of the image. So the best is WebP. So I choose WebP. You can resize if you want, but I do not want to resize my width or height. I like it the way it is. You can reduce the colors and other attributes. I do not want that. I just want it to be WebP. So what am I waiting for now? What I'm waiting for is to see the size. So as you can see, um after reducing the size by 95% from 1.56 megabytes, we are left with 82.9 kilobytes. And this is what it looks like. And this is what the initial image looks like. This is what the compressed image looks like. There's not a lot of difference, but it's quite obvious that there's been a drop in quality, but it's not that obvious. So since it's less than 100 kilobytes, we're going to download this. You don't need to worry about the name. It's going to download with a .w .webp. Remember when we got it from Canva, it was .png. So after changing the format here, it's going to change to .wp. So the .wp is the image you are going to upload on your blogger. You can put it at the intro, you can put it in the body if it has anything to do with the section on the body. But since my image is a generic image that's supposed to be the featured image, I'm going to put it at the intro. So you come here to insert image, click on upload. You choose the file. So I'm going to go to my quick access because I can easily access that and click on this and open. So it's uploading the .wp. So it's uploading the WebP version, and once it does that, successfully you can click on the image and select. It's going to place the image. So you can place the image on the left hand side and have the text here in the middle, or at the right hand side, but I prefer mine in the middle. Another thing you can do is you can increase your image to large or increase it to extra large, or keep it in its existing size. So I prefer mine to be large, not extra large. Also, I like to remove this space between the image and the text because after a while it looks a certain way. So you can link this your image to another link. So you can link this your image to a different link, or you could leave it there. So I don't want to change that link. So another thing you can format is the alt tag. The alt tag is what your audience sees when this image does not load, or what um crawlers or text readers see when they are reading out this text for the dev. So I usually put my keyword as my alternate text or any other keyword. Then this title text is the text you want to appear on the body of the image. So let's just update so that you see what they say. But I do not want the title text to appear, so the title of the image, and that would be the alt text. The alt text could be a different keyword, but whatever it is you put at the alt text should be able to explain clearly what this image is all about. So we are almost done with optimizing our blog post on Blogger. So the next thing you need to do is you need to add labels. Labels are like tags. So you need to add your tag, and to add your tag, you need to go here and click on label and name it according to what you're talking about. So I'm talking about glue. I'll click on it. Then if you want to schedule your post, so another thing you should notice that you can add more than one tag. You can add a tag after this comma. If there's no tag listed down here, you can add it. So you can add a tag. You just type whatever you need there in the labels after a comma. The next tag you want to add, you add a comma and you write your tag. So that's it for the tag. Then here you can schedule your post. You can publish it now immediately, automatically to publish immediately, or you set a date and time. So I'm going to set this to be May 1st, and you can set the time. I'm going to set the time to be 9 a.m. and that is it. Then this other section has to do with the link of your article. You can make it an automatic link, and an automatic link means it will be your website. This is how blogger links appear. This is how you know a blog is a blogger. Your website, place and add that location. I don't want a location. You can allow readers to comment. You can block them from commenting. You can hide every other comment that you have on your blog post. The custom robot tags, leave this for now. You can watch the video on how to set up your blogger, and you will see this. I'll include the link in the description. You will see this section. So that's it for this section for the post settings, and that's it basically for on-page SEO for blogger. Once you've done these little things, you should be able to get your post showing on Google. So once you're done with this, the next thing for you to do is to go and manually submit your post on your Google Search Console, and there's a video for how to do that, and you can check it in the description. So once you're done with the manual submission, you wait for Google to crawl your website, which might take a while. If you find your content worthy, they might do it faster. But if you can't wait for Google, there's always a way out, and there's another video on how to index your post instantly. Any post you post on Blogger, you get it indexed, because a lot of people complain that their Blogger posts do not get indexed. So you can get your Blogger post indexed immediately. A lot of people advise that you wait for Google to crawl your website, but if it's important that this blog goes live so that you can share it to your social media platforms, then you can use the instant indexing method. So the next thing we just do is click on publish, and it's going to schedule our post for the 1st of May. So that's it. Our post is scheduled for the 1st of May, which you can see over here. I already had a scheduled post, but you can see that here. Thank you very much for watching till the end. See you in another video.